1,493 years. Kyoto, it was a quiet night. But that night, the general... gone. The teeth have not been extracted. And the screams? The sound of war. No, just one throne. It was empty. Hades system. It is difficult to say on the stage of history. But a decisive turning point after this night. Japanese country that looks to generals. From a country ruled by samurai themselves. Though, quietly but surely, it changes its appearance. Shadow of the Golden Rebellion. The story goes back a bit. 1,467 years. The scene of the adult-run Ashikaga shogun family. The conflict involved the conflict between powerful guardians. A quagmire civil war that began in the middle of Kyoto. In an 11-year battle, the town of Kyoto burned down. The valley is exhausted. The cause of the Muromachi shogunate disappeared as far as we can see. General Yoshimasa Ashikaga. I don't take responsibility for the war. Draw attention from the political stage. He became immersed in the construction of Gintoji Temple. Yoshihisa Ishikawa, who succeeded him also, fall ill at a young age in the midst of confusion. He was welcomed by a new general, Yoshihisa's cousin. It was Yoshitane Ashikawa, Grand Teenager General. However, his appointment, nobody blessed. Neto Yoshida Masamoto. The artificial species is young. He also lacks experience, population too. He did not have the dignity of a general. And behind him, there was a man, Masamoto Hosokawa, controlled the experiments of the Muromachi shogunate. Bureaucrats, while serving as an assistant to the general, he was actually a central figure in government affairs. Masamoto, who inherited the family at a young age. Intelligent. Calm, on the other hand. Inundated with yin and yang. Oracles and fortune-telling, incorporating it into governance decisions, etc. He was sometimes viewed as a heresy by those around him. To this man I thought was Masako. Will the general serve? And how far do I go? Manipulate this general. Will it be possible? That suspicion is... Soon it will change to the core. Political upheaval of Hades. 1,493 years. Yoshitane Ashikaga went out to quell a rebellion in the Ki. When I opened the capital, quieting Kyoto. But certainly, the plan was in progress. Masamoto's vassals moved. Secretly contact with exchanges and announcements of the shogunate in artificial species. The shogunate does not have. We should build a new general. That day, it is formed little by little and was chosen. Former general. Another child of Yoshimasa Ashikawa. Yoshisai Ashikawa. Still young. Meekly. Obedient presence. For Masamoto. He was a convenient general. The young man. It moved on all at once. 1,493 years? Yoshitane Ashikawa is the guardian of Kawachi province and catches a lot. He began to subjugate Hatayama Motoke. Masamoto Hosokawa, who remained in Kyoto. Aiming at the general's absence, he was eliminated. His feet, who were away from battle, bowed down to Yoshitane. Shika, who was another candidate for shogun, installed Yoshin as shogun of the Muromachi shogunate. While Yoshitane is away, sitting righteousness on the throne. He was appointed by the imperial court after the fact. There is no battle between armies, no blood is shed, but that glaring replacement of generals. It was the meaning of sexual change and the collapse of structure. The horror of this sexual change is in its tranquility, rather than rule by force. Destroy the system from within. How to do it? The structure of the Muromachi shogunate, which has been supported by form and ritual, it collapsed here with a noise. What is a general? Just a name. The person behind it is... He was driving Japanese politics. Masamoto is... By moving the general, it moved Japan. But that power will not last long. Just a few years later, he's assassinated by his vassals. After his death, the Hosokawa family split into two. Hosokawa Sumimoto School. The internal excrement of Takakuni Hosokawa faction begins. The center of the shogunate began to fight on its own. Order was completely lost. The beginning of the Sengoku period and the question. On the other hand, Yoshitane aims to recapture Shogun Doctor. I wander around. The shogunate is already. No artificial species were needed. With the center collapsing. In rural areas, shugos begin to defend themselves. Everyone from the orders of the shogunate. He believed in his military power and territory. This was the beginning of Sengoku Daimyo. Order disappears. Only power remains, even without the general. The country turns. I'd rather not. Easy to do the true feelings of the samurai. He led Japan into the Sengoku period, the political upheaval of Hades. It's not a sea of blood. Took place on a quiet night, though the reverberations of its influence, it was enough to open the curtain on a man that lasted 100 years. History is, rather than collapsing under pressure, in this way, without anyone noticing. Maybe it will change its appearance.
How did you like it? A little bit of history. I would be happy if you were interested. We will continue to make historical videos, so subscribe to the channel. The number of highly rated comments. Thank you for your support.